You might think we're being extra sophisticated, but today we're reviewing the BRIPE.
All right, so the BRIPE, or Brewing Pipe, is a pretty cool all-inclusive kit. We reached out to the fine folks over at BRIPE, and they sent us a couple to try for you guys today. We're opening up right in front of you, and we'll show you what comes in the kit. First, you get the vessel, which looks like a pipe. It's deceiving. It's not. And it's really nice, made out of copper, with the cork on the stem there, so you don't burn yourself when you're lighting it. And how did you put the little
inner nipple technology?
Inner nipple technology there, and
so the idea is that you're hitting the flame underneath, and the heat is dispersing evenly throughout the espresso shot.
Yeah, and that also comes with a nice stainless steel filter that has 3 different filters on this filter system, basically, and so you can use a finer grind or a coarse grind for your coffee or your tea, and that sits right nicely in the BRIPE itself. It also comes with a test tube to keep your coffee grounds or your loose tea in outside of the pouch. It comes with a nice copper stand that fits right on that inner nipple technology there.
Brilliant.
So you can set it down after you've heated it and you don't burn yourself. It also comes with probably the nicest part about this whole kit is the Blue Flame butane lighter. It comes not filled, so I filled it up off camera. But it's really, really nice. It's basically a torch.
Yeah.
And then finally the thermometer, so you know how hot you are heating your concoction and then what it's cooling down to. And the whole kit all together, you can buy right on briping.com. I'll put that link up. And right now it's a special price of $60 for the whole thing. Step 1, you're going to take your stainless steel filter and you're going to place that in the pipe, making sure that one of the 3 filters is covering the hole in the stem. Step 2, add your ground coffee or tea and fill the grind to the top of the inner cone, the inner nipple technology. Step 3, add water to your BRIPE and mix the water in the ground coffee. You're going to add it to the outside line on the copper. There's a tiny etched line there. You can add more water if you like, but that's the recommended amount. And then you stir it up. Step 4, make sure your thermometer is in place and hold the BRIPE by the cork. Then be careful, use the butane Blue Flame lighter and heat it to 185 degrees. Should take about 1 to 3 minutes. Step 5, turn off the lighter, place it on a non-flammable surface, not a cloth tablecloth like we just did, and replace the BRIPE onto the copper stand and let it cool down to 140 degrees. The BRIPE is going to be hot, so be careful. And now that it's sufficiently cooled, still pick it up by the cork and be careful. Take the thermometer out, and you're going to blow gently to mix it up, just like you're blowing bubbles. And now, D-Man, cheers.
Cheers.
And suck the coffee through the straw. Well, my first reaction is very much like Turkish coffee.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to get a little bit of the grind in there. It's obviously not a perfect system, but has a full flavor spectrum on there. I taste the chocolate. I taste the cherry notes. Mm-hmm. I mean, you're really tasting Death Wish for what it is in here.
Oh, yeah.
Plus a little bit of a penny taste.
I can definitely say that I'm not tasting a different shot of coffee than if I were to have a normal shot of Death Wish. Like, it definitely, we pride ourselves on being the world's strongest coffee for a reason, not just the caffeine content, but the taste. And I think the taste remains.
Yeah, it's bold in there, and it's still not bitter. Because I think since you have control over the temperature, you can actually get a decent shot of espresso out of this thing.
I think so too. So, D-Man, pros and cons of this.
Yeah.
I really think that they're marketing it towards the camping community, and I think that is the perfect community for it, because if I don't want to be camping with a ton of pots and pans and make cowboy coffee the normal way, this is a perfect way to get a shot of, delicious coffee right in the morning with little fuss.
Well, to counter that, Jeff, if you're camping, where are you going to put this thing? On a rock? That seems a little dangerous.
It does. And you definitely want to be careful where you do put it because you don't want to put it like in your tent or near anything flammable. In fact, like I said earlier, we're doing all of this on a tablecloth in the studio, and we could have just burned ourselves.
Yeah.
I do think that the flavor profile's there. It makes a good shot of espresso, basically is what it is. Like I said, Turkish coffee because you get a little bit of that grind in there. And it's definitely a hip-looking thing. Full disclosure, when I first saw this go viral on the internet, I thought it was hipsters smoking coffee.
Yeah.
And it isn't. You're drinking it, but it is kind of neat.
Well, Jeff, I think you're wrong. I don't think it's hip at all.
All right.
I also think you do get the full flavor profile of Death Wish coffee. But I taste Old Pennies a little bit.
Yeah.
Right? And not only do I taste it, I smell it on my smell. It smells like old.
Yeah, it smells like Old
Pennies.
Pennies.
Smells like Old Pennies.
Copper's used because it's highly conductive to the heat, so it'll heat up quicker and cool down faster. And it's all food safe, as it says right in the instructions. And I get all that, but yeah, you are having that kind of a little bit of a copper there. Again, as a camping, you can't really be picky if you're just out in the wilderness.
Maybe you don't know how I camp, Jeff.
I guess I don't. You know what? I'll say something actually on the con side. When we were putting this together, one of the things that I had a problem with was the filtration system.
Right.
There's 3 different sizes in the filter because as it says in the instructions, you can use an espresso grind, you can use just a normal drip grind, or you can use coarse like tea.
Yeah.
Like your loose tea. And there's really maybe I'm just bad at it, but looking at it, only being able to discern it just from looking at it, I can't tell which filter is larger and which one is smaller.
Well, to talk on that a little bit, I mean, we just drank it. We got a few grinds in our
used
mouth.
the middle one,
and we used just a regular ground bag of coffee. So I think no matter what, you're going to get a few grounds in your mouth. But you know what I have to say about that, Jeff? You're going to want that. That gives you energy. Those are grounds of power.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. So honestly, I'm surprised. I went into this not really knowing what to expect. Again, I thought you were going to be smoking coffee.
Yeah.
Especially with the torch that they give you and the pipe and all that.
So, Jeff, tell me what you thought it was going to be a rating from 1 to 10, and then tell me what you actually think of it rating 1 through 10.
I honestly thought, being that it was going to be smoking coffee, I thought it was going to be a 2.
Yeah.
And I give it an 8. Really,
wow.
Because I feel the coffee. I think it was a good taste, and like I said, practicality in a camping situation. All of this, all in just a little pouch like this. I think it's a good product.
Well, I agree with you with the initial thought. I mean, even knowing that it was going to brew coffee for me here, I thought it was going to be pretty bad. But I will say it is a good shot of espresso. It's a cool thing to have on your countertop, especially
Definitely.
if you have a brass kitchen. This is the thing you want in your kitchen.
Yeah.
It does look cool. I was just busting your balls. I do think it's kind of hip.
Cool. So once again, go on over to briping.com. I'll put the link up right here. You can get your very own
I like how they made it a verb. Go briping.
Go briping. You can get your very own kit right now for a special price, $60 for the whole thing, and tell them Death Wish Coffee sent you.
Cheers.